Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Travis here with JC Wealth, and what the heck just happened in the cryptocurrency world? It looked like almost universally all the crypto prices dropped at once. So in today's video, we are going to be talking mostly about Ethereum, what happened over the weekend, and some other catalysts to look at when you're considering Ethereum or crypto purchasing. So let's get into it. Alright, like I said, everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you find something of value in today's video. If you do, please remember to give us a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel as well. Alright, like I said, we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies, but mostly Ethereum today. And if you noticed, right at the market close, it looked like Ethereum's price dropped about 10%, which is significant on the day. Ethereum had shattered that $4,000 price mark and is now back down to around 39 something. But at one point it had dipped down to about 37.01 at the bottom there, right before it started its recovery. Now it's important to note Bitcoin, Doge, and Litecoin all took similar dips at the same time as Ethereum. Alright, and before we get into that, those of you who are normally here to see Julie, don't forget you check her out over on the TipRanks YouTube channel, where she does her Monday through Friday pre-market morning update videos to give you all the information you need to know on the market today before opening bell. Okay, so let's jump into why we may have just seen a little bit of a drop in crypto prices, specifically Ethereum, so that's going to be the focus of today's video. Now, for the record, I just went looking for something that could have caused this. I couldn't find anything significant, and I'll give you a background on what I did find, but let's take a look at the article I found on Robinhood the second we saw that drop. Alright guys, so this was posted to the Robinhood page. I found it under my Ethereum crypto. It says May 10th, a 2-minute read. Ethereum DeFi project Rari Capital hacked for $11 million, but it plans to make it right. It says 60% of all Rari Capital users' funds were swiped over the weekend, but token holders have voted to issue reimbursements. But if this happened over the weekend, shouldn't it have caused that drop on Saturday? And why is Robinhood waiting until Monday to post this information? Let's take a look at a little bit more what the article gets into. It says an attacker stole 2,600 Ether, or nearly $11 million, from a DeFi project called Rari Capital. And Rari Capital says it plans to reimburse users who lost money. So on Saturday, the company said that $11 million in Ethereum was stolen from its platform. According to a note, the amount represented 60% of all of its users' funds. Now, Rari plans to set aside 2 million RGT, the project's governance token, to compensate the users who lost money in the hack. Rari Capital is a crypto fund under the heading of DeFi, or decentralized finance, and it's a non-custodial fund, meaning it runs on code that handles your money for you, as opposed to a banker or an investment manager. The idea is that if you entrust Rari with your crypto, these algorithms will juice your gains. The company describes itself as kind of a robo-advisor for maximizing yield. Now, as I'm putting out this video in between clips, I'm literally searching for any other justification for why this dip occurred today. But if you look at the timeline of this article coming out and the dip, I can't figure out any other reason. Perhaps it's just Robinhood's mass appeal and mass customer base all read this article at once and saw that there was $11 million hacked from crypto and immediately got cold feet and started selling. I'm not sure. If you guys have any idea of what actually happened, please leave it in the comment section down below. Alright, anyway, for those of you who are still solid on crypto, not too worried about this dip, you have about a 3.5% decline in the Ethereum price today as opposed to yesterday, so that could be a little sale for you. Consider getting in at that sub $4,000 price before it shoots back up. Alright, now we'll get into what today's video was supposed to be about, which is Ether, which is just Ethereum Network's coin, the Ether, hitting a $10,000 price point eventually. That's what one analyst says is possible, and they called the $3,400 mark as well. So let's take a look at that analyst and that article as well. All right, and this is written by Zach Guzman. We've mentioned him in previous videos. Crypto analyst who nailed Ethereum's climb to 3,400 says $10,000 is next. So back in January, the world's second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, Ethereum, was trading at just over $1,200. One investor made the bold call of predicting a spike to the mid-3,000 level, claiming it was being overlooked by investors. Just 5 months later, that prediction has already hit, with the Ether up roughly 400% on the year to cross the $3,500 mark as of Friday afternoon. Now, the same investor, Megan Casper, could be Megan, co-founder of the digital asset investment company Magnetic, is upping her price target to the $8,000 to $10,000 price range by year's end. So we've got 7 months left until year's end, and she is saying that the Ether price could be between $8,000 and $10,000 by then. With a sub $4,000 Ether right now, that is massive gains potential. Here's a quick chart you can see that showcases Ethereum's total open interest has hit over $10 billion for the first time ever. So that is definitely fantastic and showcases why a lot of institutional investing has started to begin in the Ethereum crypto. Okay, that same analyst, Casper, she goes on to explain that her thesis for Friday is that citing new updates coming to the cryptocurrencies network later this year. Evidently, the network is planning a shift away from the same method used by Bitcoin to confirm its transactions to one that is far less energy intensive. So unlike Bitcoin's so-called proof of work, which rewards miners who are competing against each other to use computers and energy to record and confirm transactions on its blockchain, the Ether plans to adopt a more efficient proof of stake model, which chooses a block validator at random based on how much Ether it controls. So that shift to proof of stake for block validation is going to reduce carbon emissions by 99.9%, making the Ethereum technically a green tech. So Casper believes these pending shifts could make Ethereum a $1 trillion market cap, which is roughly where Bitcoin is today. And if that happens, you're looking at an $8,000 to a $10,000 price for per Ether. So since institutional buying in Ether has spiked, the Ether supply at the exchanges has been on a declining trend since last August. This graph showcases the rising Ether price against the falling exchange supply over the last 3 months. The total Ether supply at all exchanges has dropped to 18.78 million. So that graph basically showcases a perfect supply and demand situation, where the less crypto, or Ether in this instance, that there is out there available for purchase, the more expensive it continues to get. And as high as Casper's price target sounds, implying about a 300% upside from current levels, it matches the $10,500 price target that came from Fundstrat Global Advisors earlier this year. Analysts calculated their price target from rising activity on the Ethereum network as more and more decentralized applications continue to be built on it. Decentralized finance applications, which allow users to earn yield on their crypto assets similar to the way they would at a traditional bank, have seen usage on the network explode from 10 billion in September 2020 to more than 65 billion as of April. So after the network changes are implemented, Casper also believes a greener Ethereum will begin to attract more institutional attention relative to Bitcoin. Miners in China account for well over half of all the mining power on the network, and investors like Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank have increasingly taken issue with that connection. Casper says as more investors take note in the years to come, institutional dollars could propel Ethereum to $100,000. So basically, as institutions and governments and everybody's pushing for increased green technology, Ethereum has found a way to meet that need. And just for the record, Casper in the same article mentions that it's possible for Bitcoin to reach levels of $200,000 by the end of this year. Speaking of Bitcoin, here's a tweet from Dan Moorhead talking about the price of Bitcoin. He says, a year ago, we predicted Bitcoin hitting $62,968, and it did. This Bitcoin rally is exactly like the previous halvings. It's likely to reach $115,000 by August. All right, but let's get back to Ethereum and the talk about it actually breaking that $4,000 mark earlier today before it had that little dip. So this came off of Reuters, and it says the second biggest cryptocurrency, Ethereum, breaks the $4,000 mark to hit a record high. And it says cryptocurrency broke $4,000 for the first time on Monday, climbing to a new peak for a third day in a row on bets it may find new uses, although some analysts said it was overvalued at current levels. So by market cap, it's the second largest coin, and it jumped more than 6% to sit just below $41.75. Now, it soared this year, fueled by expectations of wider use, based in part on its role in decentralized finance, or DeFi. So the article talks about the reduced supply, the technical changes that are going to make it more green, and some institutional investment as reasons why Ethereum has shot up and why it will continue to do so. It then also talks about how it's not a meme, it's not a joke. I think they're taking a shot at Doge there, but that's fine. And then also how Ether and the Ethereum blockchain as a whole is much more useful, has a lot more applications than say Bitcoin, sorry. So they're saying that it has so much more use that it is definitely going to continue to increase the price. All right, I told you I was going to continue checking for any type of article that could cause the crypto prices as a whole to drop, and I just found something that I'm going to just read off to you because I don't want to take any more time putting this together. But evidently, a man used Coinbase to pay a hitman in Bitcoin to murder his wife. So who knows? That came out about a couple minutes ago. I see that on the Robinhood app. So maybe people are pushing the illegality and the issues that BlockFi and Bitcoin has had to fight for, almost a decade now. When people talk about the criminals using it, so maybe that had something to do with the dip today. I don't think so, but there's just an interesting article. All right, that's it for today's video, focusing on Ethereum. I'm sorry about that dip in the price. I don't really know 100% what caused it. Like I said, if you guys know, if you saw something, if you read something, if you got an article you can link, throw it in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think may have happened. I see it as a sale, so maybe you do as well. I'm definitely a hodl, and we'll talk more about crypto in the future, as I really enjoy bringing these type of videos to you guys. So hopefully you found some value in today's video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel as well. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know which cryptos you're holding and why, if you're buying more, all that fun stuff, guys. All right, thank you so much for joining. Until next time, take it easy.